Well, hey, it's Brian here, and in this live stream video, I'm going to take you behind the scenes and share my office with you, my setup, the different lighting, how I organize my space, and a lot more. So let's get to it. And I see we have some people dropping in. Again, Brian G. Johnson here, and we're going to go behind the scenes. Hey, what's happening? Good to see you guys. Can you hear me okay? What's happening? Great to see you. First thing we're going to need, good morning, John, is always some sparkling water. Right now we're upstairs in the upper level. I've just had my espresso. I had a cappuccino. I had a bite of this apple that I used for the thumbnail. And now we're going to jump downstairs, and I want to share with you my space, how I work. Let's do this. Here we go, folks. Let's go downstairs to the studio. Come on. Okay, this was going to be a little tricky. One of the things I'll mention right off the bat when it comes to having a great space and creating content, I really dig tripods. The thing you can do to make your job easier as a video creator, that my experience anyway, has been to offset and offload any gear. Selfie sticks are awesome, but the less I have to carry, the more I can focus on the message I'm delivering. So I've got my phone on the tripod, and let's continue down to the office. Okay, right back there is where all the magic happens. So let's get to it. What's up? Good to see you, Justin. Gang, if you're joining us, it's nice to see you. My name is Brian G. I am a video creator, and here's where things get kind of messy and crazy. Can you guys see all this? This is the house. We've got 1,000 lights. And what I'm doing today is I'm really setting myself for the next week. I'm going to be spending some time organizing my workflow. I'm going to prioritize how I'm going to spend my days. And I'm going to really think about what I want to accomplish. That's going to include some training materials I'm going to update. That's going to include some videos I'm going to script. Today, what I'm going to focus on is really thinking about what kind of videos do I want to create. And I'm going to map those out. I'm going to create bullet points. I'll probably do that for 3 to 4 videos, and that will be a successful day. I'm going to contact some coaching clients, send some emails, do some work with that. And really, I wanted to connect on the live stream, because one of the things you really want to do as a video creator, if you want that success, is to publish often. And the great thing about live streaming is it allows you to do just that. Hey, Philip, what's cracking? Why is my net slow? It's slow again? Is the internet connection slow again? Man, this is such a drag because I live up in the mountains. Hey, fantastic. I'm glad you made the changes. Hey, Jay, good to see you. Guys, welcome. Hey, by the way, if you haven't subscribed, my name is Brian G. Johnson, and really, I've been on YouTube since 2007, and this channel that you're on, I launched in just about a year ago, 2016, and this is really about how I set up my work, how I get things done. Hey, Tech Burner, nice to see you, buddy. Let's talk about it a little bit. So first off, this is kind of the room where I shoot. This is my white background for the white background videos. This here is an LED, 500 LED light, and right over here is another one, right there. Those two lights illuminate the backdrop for my videos. One of the common questions I get is, do you use a green screen for your videos? It's actually just white paper, and those two lights, hey, Grandpa's Place again. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. This light right over here is the light that illuminates me. One of the things you want to think about when you're creating white background videos is you want to overexpose the background, the stuff behind you, and then you want to really dial in the exposure for your lighting with a white background video. And now, as you can see, like the lighting's getting better. I'm always very aware of it, and I do my best to do that. Let's talk a little bit about how I script my videos. See that right there? This is one of my 2 whiteboards. Now, I've got 2 whiteboards in the studio. This is my big one right here. Hey, Dancing Watermelon, good to see you. This is the Big Daddy whiteboard. This is about 6 feet by 4 to 5 feet. And what I do is I'll section it off. I'll have like maybe 3 sections, a section here, another section here, another section. And I mentioned that today I'm going to be scripting videos. And what I'll do is I'll probably have about 2 of the videos scripted on this whiteboard. I don't completely write an entire script for my videos. Instead, what I do, let me show you this right here. Maybe you'll find this helpful. I hope you guys are finding this helpful. I just thought it would be really kind of awesome to share how I make my videos. What's a bullet point? Well, I'm glad you asked. Right over here. So a bullet point is simply a topic. This was the name of one of my videos, how to get more views and subscribers on YouTube. And this top part is the beginning of one of my videos. So I don't necessarily script out the entire video, but I will script out the first few sentences because they're so important. Once I have that dialed in, then I simply have bullet points that guide me through the video. And you know, I know this stuff, so it's not like I need to write an entire script for my entire video. So what happens is I'm going to show you my point of view here in the studio. You can see there's a lot of stuff here. That's the Rode Video Mic Pro. This is a big softbox. I put this over here. About like this. Hey Larry, thank you so much for the super chat. So this softbox kind of helps illuminate my white background. And this is what I look at when you guys see the videos I'm creating. So I'm standing right here with my microphone like this. And then if you can see this or not, right here is where I got my camera on top of this tripod. And right in front of me are my bullet points. So I'm able to see exactly what I want to cover in one video. And that keeps me on track. And one of the things I found is my most successful videos are those videos where I really get to the point quickly, within seconds. I've got a simple call to action, and then I go on and I just really deliver the message that people want. Those bullet points help me do it. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about the setup. So normally, hey, what's happening, buddy? Good to see you guys. Justin, do the dogs get in the way all the time? Are you kidding? Oh my gosh. This is real life happening here, buddy. So over here, is where I work. This is where I do the editing. For goodness sakes, it's tricky. Right there, that's the iMac computer. These are my bookshelves over here, right? Hey, Paul, what's cracking, baby? And when you see me normally on a live stream, how I have things set up is pretty interesting. Whoa, we're a little crooked there. Let me show you how I set up my live stream with the fancy lights and all. Really what I do is kind of about right over here, I set up my lighting in a way that I learned from Mr. Nick Nimmin. Let me see if I can show you. Sorry for the moving around and what. There's a lot of crap in here. Check out this, guys. There's more softboxes here. One of the things to think about when it comes to video and the lighting that you need is there's not one perfect thing. If you want a white background video, you're probably going to want to go with LED lights, 2 of them to overexpose the background, and then 1 light, a 500 watt light to illuminate the subject, which in my videos, obviously I'm the subject. If you're making videos on a phone or you don't have a fancy backdrop, which you really don't need, hey Baza, nice to see you, then these soft boxes are really fantastic, and they make it very, very easy to simply just to illuminate yourself, and they're less expensive. And if you're just getting started, that would be a great way to go. One of the things I want to mention too is you want to think about the space that you use to create videos. And oftentimes what you can do is you can create one shot. Hey, Speedy, good to see you. Everybody, great to see you guys. It's so nice to have you here. Is you really want to think about, hey, where do I create my videos? What does the frame look like? So when I live stream, I have my tripod set up right here, right? And this is what it looks like without the lights turned on. I have all these things moved over. Now I bought some, let me show you. So you can see we just popped on one of, I've got two sets of blue LED lights. I've got this kind of mad scientist electric ball. And when I turn off all my other lights, it really creates a nice look and feel. As far as illuminating me, what I do is I'll show you how I do that. It's kind of interesting. I've got this big, huge softbox comes right here. And what I do is I use these smaller softbox and I bounce the light from this onto the Big Daddy softbox. So you don't see this, it's out of the frame. I've got two of them. There's one softbox here, there's another here. This shoots the light up into this softbox. It bounces off of me and it illuminates me well, but it doesn't create too bright of an area. This is really a great space, and I'm so blessed to have this, to be able to work in this studio. It's funny, it's small. That backdrop I have is about 12 feet across, and the space is amazing, and it's great, and I'm so glad to, hey, Taco, what's happening, baby? How you doing, bud? And I'm so glad to have it, but you know, nothing's ever perfect, and what I would say is I need a better tripod. There we go. I see it was on that. Is use what you have. If you're thinking, you know, I really want to move forward and I want to make videos, but I need that fancy microphone or I need to save for a better camera. If you're thinking, you know, I don't have enough skills or abilities, I need to practice, I would encourage you to move forward and start where you're at, because here's what's up. You can't research your way to great videos. It's impossible. You can't study, you can't watch other YouTubers and just all of a sudden launch an amazing channel. It just takes time and practice. And what I found is when I started with all this stuff a year ago, it was a lot. It took me a long time to learn how to use this camera to basically shoot the white backdrop videos. It took me a long time. It took me a long time to learn how to move forward and edit with my editing software. It took me an awful long time to learn all this stuff. I still learn so much all the time from the people that I hang out with, from the channels that I spend time with my peers, and by watching their videos, people like Roberto Blake and Nick Nimmin, people like Owen Video that have got great knowledge. It's really a combination of doing all these things, of learning from other people and practicing the art of video. So one of the things to do is just get in. And you might think, I hate the way I look, or I don't sound that great, or I can't, it's hard for me to stay on track and have focus. But the more you do it, the better you will become. You guys want to continue on the tour? Do you want to see some more fancy stuff? I use Final Cut Pro, my friend. I also use iMovie. I do some stuff on the mobile. Let me show you where I house some of the tech. Got about 2 more places to show you guys. You're having a bad day today. Well, Fairco, I hope that you can hang in there, my friend. So over here, we've got a closet, and you know, this is just a regular house. And inside of this closet, we got this, right? So this is a shirt that I wear often, and by repeating things, it makes it easy to remember who you are, what you do. I'm a little bit more relaxed about wearing the cowboy shirt today, but there it is. I've also got some other shirts, and it's pretty dark in here, but you can see I've got another softbox. I've got all kinds of gear. I've got a softbox here. I've got some GoPro stuff back here. I've got a lot of CDs. I've got computer gear and so on. And then if we come over here, and this is something that you really want to think about. Guys, I'll definitely answer questions in a bit, so if you're bumming that I'm not answering your question, we're going to do that in just a moment, so hang on. You see that right there? That right there is a battery charger for my Canon 70D. And if you're going to get yourself set up, whether it's a Sony, a Canon, it doesn't really matter. Whatever camera you get, if you do get a camera, you want to make sure you've got a battery charger, so you've always got a battery ready to go. If you're shooting, you don't want to run into this situation where all of a sudden, you know, you don't have any more juice and you're done. What's this over here? I just got a new camera yesterday. It's a Sony RX100. I'm planning on doing some stuff outdoors on the go, and I wanted something with really great autofocus. So this right here is another battery charger, and it looks like it's about full. So I bought 2 batteries specifically because I heard the RX100 really chews through the batteries. So I wanted to get set up, and I wanted to have things in place, so I was good to go. So this is kind of where I keep some of my gear. This is super important for me anyway. It's really helped me move forward. That's a good shot right there. One of the things to think about, again, is it really comes to learning and studying and figuring out how to use the stuff you have, and at the same time moving forward on a very regular basis and publishing to YouTube. I haven't published a video now in about a week, but I went live yesterday on my channel, and I'm going live right now again, so I'm publishing and I'm creating content. And before I continue to learn about my new camera, I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not going to learn and study about my new camera. I just bought it. I'm pretty excited. But here's what's up. Think about this. It's far more important for me to use the tools that I have at my disposal, the tools that I've already taken time to learn, and to publish and move forward. If all you do is learn and you're studying and you're thinking, and then you publish 2 or 3 times a month, you'll have a much harder time growing an audience because there's just not enough frequency there. So right now I started off my day, and I thought I've wanted to do this kind of share the studio behind the scenes with you guys and really just talk about my workflow and whatnot. One of the things too that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to script out these videos right over here on the whiteboard, right? I'm going to script out some videos. One of the things I'm going to talk about is how to create really great videos with an iPhone or a mobile phone. I'm going to talk about gear like something to hold the phone. I'm going to talk about microphones. We're going to talk about this kind of fun stuff like an Archon mount. It looks like this one's a little loose right now. I'm going to do, that'll be one of the videos. So what I'll do is I'll start over here, and one of the first things I'll do is I'll really identify what is the title of my video going to be. This is really powerful, and here's why. You want to know exactly the subject of your video, because when you create a title and then you create a thumbnail, people on YouTube are going to see that and they're going to say, I'm interested, and they're going to click. At that point, you want to be able to hold their attention. And if you don't know exactly what the subject is, if you're creating your footage first, then it's going to be more likely that you're not going to get to what they want, right? But if you know the exact title of your video, then you can bullet point things, you can structure it so you can deliver what they want. Success on YouTube is really delivering a message that those people in your target market want. Content is king. It sure is. What's a good mic for me for voiceover? There are a lot of good ones. It really depends on exactly what you're doing. I use a Blue Yeti. It's great. There's another one called the Snowball. I think that's a really great mic that you might want to use. So just take the time to script things out. I wanted to show you one more, and it's kind of messy. I might clean up a little bit today again too. Yeah, the Snowball is pretty awesome. Over here on this shelf, I have a lot of like the stuff I use too, right? This is, I like to wear this shirt, right? This is a good looking shirt on me. So one of the things I always try to do is like think about my appearance, think about how the video shoot looks. This is behind the scenes, so you're getting the raw, dirty stuff. That's important. I've also got a number of the props that I use. I'm keeping a lot of the props around my desk so I have easy access to them. Hang on. So those are right over here. One more thing. Yesterday I did a live stream on the TubeBuddy channel, and I had this and I threw it because I'm an excitable guy. So I'll keep these things at my disposal. Another thing that you can do to greatly improve your videos, at least in my experience, is what about your hair? Yeah. Have a cool haircut. Absolutely. Is props are a lot of fun. I like props. One of the things I wanted to do was have fun, not take myself too seriously, incorporate some humor. So these kind of things make it fun for me, and so on. So that's a little bit of my studio. I hope you guys have found this helpful. I'm going to go back over here, and then I'm going to turn this light on. Check this out. Watch. All the fanciness I just showed you, you don't need any of it. I'm going to illuminate myself. Hang on. With that light right there. Bye. Someone just said bye. Thanks for stopping by. That looks pretty good. So if you want to make videos and if you're excited about it, just get started, baby. Just do it. Jump in, use what you have, start with where you're at, and move forward. I've got a number of cameras right now. We're using an iPhone 6. It's in the morning and I'm getting ready for my day. I just thought I'd jump on and spend 20 or 30 minutes with you guys and gals. Thank you for stopping by. A lot of awesome people here. Do you ever film outside? I have in the past. So Justin, I've been making videos for many, many years, and I'm going to do more of that this summer. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to get the Sony RX100, is I wanted to get something that's a little smaller, and also something that handles the outdoor lighting and something a little bit easier. I'm not excited about learning all the fancy, but the manual mode. Like so many filmmakers are like, manual. Hey, I get it. But you know what I personally believe? What's important to me is not the tech, it's the ability to deliver a message, right? So the Sony RX100, I think I'll actually do a video on how much is that camera. Because here's the deal, guys, check this out. It's your birthday, Tech News. Happy birthday. That camera, the RX100, is $1,000. I got mine for $850. It was open box. So there's a tip for you. I walked in, I said, hey, I'm interested in the RX100. I'd like to see your open box models. And they said, oh, I'm not sure. And I said, well, why don't you check? They had one. No, there's no audio input, but I've got a solution for that, and I'll talk about that later. Paul, I've got some stuff coming and kind of hooking things up. But you know, here's the thing again. I think the audio will be pretty darn good. I think it'll be good enough. I think it really comes down to how you deliver the message and so on. So I'm looking forward to that. Hey, John, nice to see you. What camera is cheap but quality nice? I would say look at something like a Canon T-series, so like a Rebel. Those are all pretty good. T5i, I think it is. There's T3, there's T6. Look at a Sony RX100 Mark IV or Mark III. I bet you can get one of those. And again, if you look for open box, you can save money. Yeah, I'm thinking of the Zoom One. And then actually doing it in sticking a mic in the Zoom, Paul. So yes. Farrico says, I would get a G7X though. I'm not good at vlogging. I don't know if you want to get, if that's just a statement or you want to get better, but you know, if you want to do that, just practice. You know what I mean? Just the more you try, the better you're going to get. So you might not be good today, but maybe tomorrow, right? Maybe with a little bit of practice. So yeah, we're just hanging out. Thanks a lot for stopping by. If you're still here and you're in the stream, if you haven't subscribed, hey, you know, hit that subscribe button. My name is Brian G. Johnson, and I try to share the experience that I've gained here on YouTube, how to build an audience, how to drive views, and really appreciate you swinging by today. Hey, thank you so much, Mr. Mary. I really like your name, buddy. That's cool. Hey Brian, nice to see you. I have a Canon 60D. It's a bag for years. Yeah, the 60D does awesome video. It really does. And again, it's just a matter of, you know, using what you have. Here's the thing too, honestly, I personally believe the best bang for the buck is to use a mobile device if you're starting out. If you have a good Android phone, good enough, if you have a good enough iPhone, you've got a great lens, you've got a microphone. Furthermore, you can take footage, you can edit it on a $3 or $5 app called iMovie. There is a lot you can do with these kind of videos. I've published videos across Facebook, on my older YouTube channels, and they've done really well because it's not the gear. Everybody wants to believe it is, but it's not. It's really having the ability to think about a fun video or to be able to teach something in a fun and engaging way. What's the best lens for an Android? I'm not sure. I don't use one. Right now, I'm using the Olo clip for iPhone, and it's pretty good. Hey, MIK Bonsai, nice to see you. Great to see you. Exactly, content. What mic am I using? I'm using a Shure MV88. And if you search YouTube for Brian Shure MV88, you'll find my review. So what's happening, guys? Thank you so much for stopping by. I just wanted to spend a little time. And again, here, because one of my goals is to grow. And I have to do some planning today. I've got to get with some coaching clients. There's all kinds of stuff I need to do. But this live streaming makes it easy for me to connect, to share, to grow my audience, to drive more views, to increase my watch time, all the things that are important. And it's a lot less time consuming than making a video. So it really has allowed me to still make videos. I'm going to continue to make videos. I love videos, but also to just connect. So it's been awesome. Yeah, Filmora Pro is a great app. Paul mentions Filmora. I got the name wrong. Filmic. I was thinking that's a video editing software. Filmic Pro is a cool app that really extends the lens, the default lens in an iPhone. Great app. You might want to check that out. Guys, I'm going to hang for another 10 minutes or so. Oh, great question, Tech Giants. What's the best like to dislike ratio? You know, for me personally, it doesn't matter that much. It's really kind of a drag. What I'd be worried about, not so much is the ratio, is do generally people like what you're doing? So think about that, right? If you've got a channel and people say, hey, thanks, and they comment and they engage, and you know that there's an overwhelming sense that people like what you're doing great, and I wouldn't worry too much about the number of dislikes and so on. If you've got 10 dislikes and 1 like, then something's goofy, something's off. And also, you know, just try not to worry about it too much. Just move forward. Best voice recording app for the iPhone? I'm not sure, my friend. I don't really record my voice with an iPhone. I haven't done that, so I'm not sure. Hey, Lisa. Nice to see you here. Lisa asks, how can you make cuts between clips to make things seem more seamless? One of the things that I've learned is that I'll film myself in the white background style video. I'll have my bullet points. So first, before I film, like I shared, I'm going to have 10 bullet points walking me from A to Z. I start here, I want to land here. These bullet points in the middle help me get there. I step in front of the camera and I simply start going over those lines, those bullet points. And then when I do that, I might film for 30 minutes for one video. I might stand in front of that screen for 30 minutes and I just keep trying the lines until I feel like, hey, I just hit it. That was pretty clean. I was clear. I didn't stumble on my words. And then I'll cut and I'll splice. I'll delete. I'll do that. And then what I do is I really pull these clips close together. So I really expand the timeline and I pull them, just smash them right in. And when you do that, what happens is it's very fast. And while it's actually you saying a few sentences and then it's a new clip, it doesn't seem like that. And that's one of the things you can do, especially if you're shooting indoors. One of the things I want to mention before I go on is I talked about really wanting to publish often and regularly with YouTube. Get set up with one backdrop. Get set up with one place where you make your videos. So you see that's where the white backdrop is. That's one of the sets that I have. That's a set. And I really didn't deviate that for about 150 videos. I didn't go outside. People are asking, do you shoot outside? I have, but I didn't want to do that until I really understood how to make a great video in this space. And the reason why is because, again, it's really important to me that I'm able to publish often. I understand all the settings. I know what settings to put my Canon 70D on. I understand how to edit. I understand the lighting. All these things. Hey, thanks for stopping by, my friend. Thanks for hanging out. Make it really easy for me to do that. Now, as soon as I got that dialed in, then I thought about live streaming and I wanted a new look. So all I did is I came over here. Yeah, that's what I do, nonstop. You got it, Magic Taco. So this is actually another look, and I kind of pull things about right here. And when I have my blinds closed, when there's no other lights on, and these blue lights are on, it's another look. And I spent some time dialing that in, and I'm gonna spend time now with the camera getting this set dialed in too. And the more you do that, the more you really learn one location, one set. It makes it very easy to make more videos more often, and that's the thing that the algorithm rewards. So something to think about. Hey, we've got a really great question from Norfolk Honey Company. One second. I'm going to get to your question. So the question is, do you have an optimal time for your videos? And it took me 150 videos to really figure this out. And this is such a powerful question because YouTube has publicly said that they reward engaging videos that keep viewers watching. So how long your video is greatly impacts that. The answer to the question is we have to ask ourselves. So YouTube has said, that this is from YouTube, not me. We reward engaging videos that keep viewers watching. So we have to ask ourselves, how is YouTube measuring that? How are they measuring engaging videos that keep viewers watching? The first thing we want to talk about is audience retention, because those stats really give you the information that YouTube is looking at when determining how engaging your video is. YouTube is looking at audience retention when they're wondering how long are people watching. Those are the stats that YouTube uses to measure that. So think about this. What you can do is you go into audience retention, and there's two different things that YouTube looks at. One is called average view duration, and the other is called average percentage viewed. I actually have a video that goes into depth and really breaks this down. If you search for YouTube algorithm 2017, write that down. If you're interested in this answer, then I really recommend you watch that video. Again, you're going to search YouTube for YouTube algorithm 2017. You're going to see a bunch of my videos come up. The video that has watch time on the thumbnail is what you watch. So I'm going to keep talking about this, but I wanted to let you know. So what I do is number one, I create the bullet points first. And see, this is why this works so well. You've got to know what your video is going to be about. And then what you want to do is you really want to say, is this going to be a longer video or a shorter video? If it's longer, I'm going to focus on creating a longer average view duration. This comes straight from YouTube Analytics. You can measure it. Average view duration. So if you search right now for YouTube algorithm, you'll see that I have a video that's ranking, I think, number 3. What's interesting is all the videos in the top 10 have huge subscriber bases. 100,000 subscribers, 200,000 subscribers, 300,000 subscribers, PewDiePie, 52 million subscribers, and then me. How was I able to compete? Because I had a long average view duration. So I scripted out a video. I knew it was going to be longer, and then my goal was to create a video with a long average view duration. However, you can also win with a short video. Okay, so if I create a short video, then I'm going to compete on average percentage viewed. And I really want that number to be higher. So if you've got an average percentage viewed of 40%, it's okay. It's a little below average. If you have an average percentage viewed of 70%, that's very high, especially for around a 5-minute video. If you've got a 5-minute video and your average percentage viewed is 70%, then YouTube is probably going to promote that pretty hard. But it's really based on the other videos that are ranking for the keyword phrase that you're targeting. And what are their watch time metrics? So that was pretty deep. I wonder, was that too deep for you guys? It's a little hard to comprehend that. Yeah. Where did I learn these things from? I just studied a lot. I've done SEO for many, many years, since 2003, and I took that knowledge and so on. And hey, Owen Video, nice to see you, buddy. I just mentioned you, bud. So you guys thought that was helpful. What is SEO? It stands for Search Engine Optimization. And here on YouTube, we think of it as Video Search Engine Optimization. Hey, what's happening? Explore List, nice to see you. Excellent, excellent. Hey, Zoe, what's cracking, girl? How you doing? This is fantastic. I love one of the things that really helps me a lot that you guys you get it. So I went pretty deep there on some of the watch time elements and what Google looks at. And it was very helpful for me to know that you're off from school. Excellent. Fantastic. It helps me to know that you're understanding because I'm creating training programs and if you guys don't get it and I make these videos, it's too much, you're not going to watch. So that's one of the things that I need to know. I need to know where's my audience at. And you guys are pretty darn, you got it going on up here. That's cool. Is there a difference between unlisted or public for trigger? One of the things to consider, my friend, is that there are so many things to worry about, focus on. You could make a list of 200 things, right? I mean, you could. You could have a list of 200 things. And if you try to focus on all of them, it ain't going to work. It's overwhelming. There's so much. And worrying about something like unlisted or private or public, it's just not that important. Because if you create an engaging videos that people watch longer, you're going to win. I guarantee, especially if you follow the strategies that I share about keyword research. So really think about, what's most important to YouTube, and I want to focus on that. For example, another question I get so often is, when's the best time to publish? Well, first, we have to ask how many subscribers you have, because if you've got less than 10,000, if you've got less than 100,000, I don't think your time is well spent wondering when is the best time to publish. Instead, make it easy for yourself to publish more often and just publish and focus on creating those engaging videos. Focus on understanding search and keywords. Those items are far more powerful. And if you fill your brain with 200 things, you don't have enough brain capacity. It becomes like a bottle of water. If it's filled to the top and you try to put more in, ain't gonna work, baby. Hey guys, thank you very much. I'm gonna move forward with my day. I'm gonna script some more videos to create. I'm going to work on some presentations. I'm going to check in with my designer for the book. I got stuff going on. Thank you so much for stopping by. I want to let you know that when I say I truly appreciate you, that comes from the heart. You made my day. I had a really great start to my day. Thank you. I'll see you next time, okay? If you had fun, hit the thumbs up for me. And let's get some likes on this bad boy. Thanks for stopping by. Justin, you guys are awesome. Tech Giants, thank you. Owen Video, boom, 49 likes. You guys rock. You're welcome. Thanks for stopping by, Danielle. And here's the last tip. So you buy one of these lenses and it has the flip out screen. Let me show you. Watch what happens. This is with a fancy lens. The fancy lens is off, and notice that it's smaller. Wide angle. No more wide angle. And look, it's all off. Now what I do is, this is the fisheye. I don't want that one. This is a lens clap with a piece of white paper towel, and now I can see which lens I need. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. I had a great time. I'll see you on the next one, and have a wonderful day. Peace. Poof. Pixie dust.